Alright, we're jumping straight into the video today. As you can see from the title, we are combing out my client's locks. He's had these luscious locks for about 4 years, and he hit me up and was like, hey, I think I'm ready for a new journey. He's like, what did he say? He was like, oh, your braids are so fire, I need them on my head. So I was like, you know what, let's do it. So I have done this a few times before, so I'm not new to this. My technique has changed up a little bit, so I thought I'd share that with you guys for anybody who's thinking of combing out locks but don't know where to begin. The biggest key here is saturation. Your hair needs to be wet. If you're combing out your client's lock or your boyfriend's or your friends or whoever's locks you're combing out, make sure it is heavily saturated with water. I'm using water, a steamer, which will come in the panel a little bit later. I'm using water, steamer, conditioner. I'm using just the regular, what is it called? Cream of Nature, coconut milk conditioner. And I am working my way from the bottom to the top. For his locks that are a little bit more mature than the others, I know you can see on some of the pieces they're a little bit frayed. Those were easy to comb out and I could just go in with the combs. But for some of them that weren't frayed, I had to go in and cut the tip of it off first. But we're trying to preserve as much length as possible. So this is important to take your time, guys. Take your time and work out each knot. It is also important to note that if your client's locks were started the traditional way, whether it be 2-strand or coil, you can do this method. Crochet, I do believe you do just have to cut it off because you're actually forming the lock with the crochet needle. But if you have those two methods, you can do this comb out. So what you see me doing here is just working my way, just trying to scrape out the knots little by little. Yeah, what you see in the comb though, that's all his shedded hair. You got to think your hair sheds between 70 and 100 hairs a day, or 50 to 70, I believe, hairs a day. And with locks, they have nowhere to go. So of course he's had about, let's say 50 strands of hair being shed, falling off of his head every single day for the last 4 years that are now, accumulating in the dreads. Yeah, this is always a good time in the barbershop. You saw him laughing right there. But yes, this process actually took three different sessions. The first 2 sessions were both 7 hours long. One was 7.5, the other one was 7 hours long. And the last section, which I finished about 2 days ago, it took about 10 hours, you guys. Like, my fingers were raw. It's a tedious process. It's not for the weak, but it is worth it in the end, especially if you're just trying to start a new journey without necessarily cutting off all your hard work in hair growth. It is very important that you guys take your time and work out each individual knot. We're trying to avoid as much breakage as possible. I know you can see the right side of his head is a little short. That's because he decided to go in and remove 2 locks first without the proper technique and moisture. So you will see that there is breakage right there on the right corner. To avoid breakage, just make sure the hair is heavily saturated. So here, guys, don't mind the towel. I am applying a hair mask. The hair mask that I'm using is also Cream of Nature. It is brown. It looks like poop, honestly. But that's what you see all over the towel. And I just, his hair is heavily saturated, steamer, everything. And we're just combing that product through. I want to make sure I got every single strand before I take him back to the shampoo bowl and shampoo him for the first time and rinse out the conditioners and stuff like that. So as you can see, his hair is super long, but unfortunately we did have to cut about 3 or 4 inches off his hair. But yeah, so this is what we are working with now. after hours and hours and hours. I didn't want to take off any more length. I know some people said, oh my God. I know the ends are still frayed. However, you know, it's a work in progress. I don't want to take off all his length at the moment. The video's done. I don't know why I'm still talking. As always, I appreciate your love and support. And until next time, bye.